So I've always been a little put off by the idea of Stoicism because I don't know about you, but first impression for me has always been denial of feelings. I was going on a run one day and decided to listen to the Hidden Brain podcast, which, if you're interested in this kind of content, I think that you would be interested in that podcast. So I will list the link to the episode down below in the notes. But the episode I came across was on Stoicism. And it got me curious and excited about the topic because the name of the episode was Minimizing Pain, Maximizing Joy. I mean, like, who doesn't want that? So I get that the whole ideal of Stoicism is to not let the minutiae of everyday life get you down. It can kind of be seen as like being unbothered, which I've shared my thoughts already on how I don't think that's the best way to go about things. So if we Google Stoicism, the first definition to pop up is the endurance of pain or hardship without the display of feelings and without complaint. Without the display of feelings. So if you've already gathered by my other videos and my channel name, I'm all about expressing your emotions, not bottling blah blah blah. I'm all about expressing yourself, not bottling up your emotions and feeling your feels fully. I think we're all entitled to that. So when I was listening to this podcast, I was a bit conflicted because I was like, on one hand, I resonated with a few of the topics, but on the other hand, I was like, am I a hypocrite if I do? The person that was being interviewed on this specific episode shared his way of thinking for applying Stoicism to everyday life. And he gave us an example that I think most people would find themselves like easily losing their temper in. So he's talking about how he was waiting at the airport trying to catch a flight and it ended up getting delayed, and they were told that, oh wait, we just need to find a plane for you. And then a couple hours passed and they found out that there was no available plane, so they had to go and stay in a hotel for the night. And once getting to his hotel room after this very long day, he gets to the room and then he finds that it hasn't been made. Nobody has touched it since the last person that stayed in there left. So basically, everything that could have gone wrong in this scenario did. So he explained sort of this internal dialogue that he has, like in a stoic mindset, that whenever something bad or challenging happens in his life, he imagines that there are stoic gods trying to test him and trying to see if they can get a reaction out of him. So when something bad goes wrong, he says to himself, good one, stoic gods, but not today. Which is kind of an interesting mindset to have about it. So which at this point I was like, okay, while I believe you are free to express your feelings the way you choose to, I also believe in not letting the things that you can't change bother you. Now, of course, this is easier said than done. So where's the middle ground where both Stoicism and EQ are in the same playing field? The thing with EQ is, yes, while I always do preach to express your feelings, they don't define you. While you are not your feelings, you are responsible for them. And I know maybe worded a different way, Stoicism can kind of seem like gaslighting almost. If we come from the school of thought that we choose the way we feel. Oh, you're sad because your significant other broke up with you? Oh, are you angry because you got rear-ended? Well, it's your fault. You chose to feel that way. But I think the key thing here is that my personal philosophy is you can't control your feelings. You can't always control your feelings, but you can control how you respond to them. Even though Stoics emulate this sort of calm, cool, and collected persona, sometimes to a point where they seem emotionless, they find ways to deal with emotions. They just often do it in a more internal way. So for example, the guy from the podcast having an internal dialogue with the Stoic gods. Where on the other hand, EQ is a bit more obvious with it having to deal with management of emotions, which is evident in the name. And for me, the way I personally manage my emotions, I'm very external and expressive about how I'm feeling to the people that are closest to me in my life, and of course, you lovely people that are watching this video. So yes, to come full circle, obviously I am not the Stoicism expert, but the way I see it in relation to EQ, maybe Stoicism can actually fit under EQ as a method of understanding yourself and others around you. But ultimately, I think the two are maybe different paths to achieving the same thing on how to better understand yourself and the world around you. Because I mean, that's what we're all trying to achieve, right? And whatever method works for you, works for you. Let me know in the comments below, are you a Stoic? And while you're at it, don't forget to hit always appreciate the support and chatting with you all. So until next time, bye.